Hello, my name is Sally Jo Horton. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Recently I made this wreath and I've had loads of lovely comments and lots of comments on how to make the flowers. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. So today I've made this little video to show you how. Okay. I'm using the Bigs die. I'm going to cut 3 sheets of cardstock at the same time. You can use 3 little squares of designer paper to cover your flowers. You choose, it's up to you. I'm going to send that through the big shop, so I'm going to make sure all the flowers are covered. Don't want any boo-boos. Make my sandwich, a clear plate, my die, my cardstock, a plate on top. Line that through. Does help if you line your plates up. Okay, I just need the flowers, so pop those little beauties out and move everything else to one side. Okay. I'm just going to line these up on my desk so we can see what's going on. So we've got the small flower, the medium flower, of which we have 3. They're stuck together and hiding. Okay, now we do a little bit of creative cutting. We've got our paper snips, our Tombow multi-purpose glue at the ready, and loads of little paper clips out of my stationery stash. These, I'm not an octopus, and these make up for my lack of arms and hands. So a little bit of cutting on all the flowers now. On this petal here, we'll just cut down in between the middle to the centre. The same on the medium size, middle to centre. Well, in between 2 petals to the centre. Same on the large one, middle to centre. Next petal, we're going to cut 2 off. Like that. On the medium size, the same happens again. Large size. And on the small one now, we're moving to our final flower cut from each size. We're going to cut 1 petal off. Okay. Paper snips to one side. Okay, now we start doing the gluing. And the Tombow is a fantastic glue for this. It's wet and it just gives a really strong paper bond. So we're putting a bit of glue on the edge and we're going to pull that slightly across and fasten it with my extra hand, which is the paper clip. So I've just done the middle size one there, but we can go and do the large one. So glue down the edge. Pull it across just to give it a little bit of shape, and paper clip on, replace your hands. So they just look like little hats at the minute. Glue on, pull it across just a little bit, clip on. Okay, now we do the 4 petal, so exactly the same principle. Glue down the edge. Pull it across. Ooh, lost a clip. Not to worry about that. Stick it on. 4 petal for the medium. Glue down the edge. Pull it across. Stick a clip on. Oh, it's going to spring right off there. Get that stuck right down there. There we go. 4 petal for the large flower, glue down one edge, and as you can see that one's sprung open, but we can just go back to that. I've just not put enough glue on. Go back, as you can see it dries clear, so just get a good bond there with the glue. put my clip on. That's actually not a very tight clip, so I'll just swap that out and put a nice strong clip on. So that's ready. Now we go and do the 3 petal. So same principle again. Glue, bring it round, clip on, go to the medium size, 3 petals, bring it round, stick it on, 3 petals for the small flower, bring it round. Now we start on the little 2 petals. My hands have gone dead sticky. Just give them a rub and the glue will come off. So we start with the small one, whichever way around you want to work. And you just twist it round on itself, making this little cone. And this, because we're getting closer and closer, just put the clip over the whole of the flower. That'll be fine. Glue. Go back to using that one because it's there we go. So just make a little cone like that. Large one. Hands are really gluey. Could probably do with like a little white, but I'll keep going. Bring that round. Got one more little clip here that we can use. It's just a little clip just to hold that like that. Okie dokie, we've just got the single petal to do now, and that makes the centre of the flower. So I'll take these clips off. Hopefully they'll have stuck. Yep, I think we can get away with that. So I've got 3 clips. Start with the small one. So just give it a bend around your fingers, get some shape. So you just bend it round on itself, put a clip on to hold it. Okie dokie. Medium, exactly the same thing, a little bit of glue. Did the glue first on this one, but probably makes it just a bit more squishy. Clip on to hold it. There we go. Oh, nearly lost that one. Glue on that side, curl it round, give it a little clip. So that's all the components made up. Now to get a little bit creative and start making the flowers, we'll slide everything up so I've just got a little bit of room. So this is the large base. We'll give it a bit of a flatten onto the table, and now second part, again a bit of a flatten. A blob of Tombow in the bottom, hold it nice and still, and you can get your scissors in there just to hold it into place. I'm going to turn that slightly just so we're getting these gaps moved and covered. Next bit, as you can see, the glue's still wet, but it's Tombow, it's going to dry clear. Give it a little bit of a flatten again, a blob of glue in the centre. And I'm just going to cover the caps again. Just keep going round, just rearranging until you're happy. The glue's coming up through the centre, but that's fine. Again, as I've just said, the glue dries clear. Take this clip off, and now we just do a little bit of cutting. So I'm taking about 1 centimetre off, 3/4 of a centimetre, I think. Let's have a little measure. Yeah, about 3/4. I'm going to put a blob of glue in the bottom, and then we're just going to sit this in. There you go. And again the same with the small centre to make the really tight fills of the petals. So cut the end off. Oh, I've got butterfingers. and just use the ends of your scissors just to put that into place. And there we go. We've got a bloom. So that's the small one. We make the rest up in exactly the same way. So squash it down, squash it down, squash it down. Do 3 at once this time. Glue, glue. Sit them inside each other, so just give it a bit of a turn, get it positioned how you want it. So you're making the rose shape or the flower shape. I'm not really good with flowers. Bit of glue in the bottom now. We're ready for the final 2 bits, which we chopped a little bit off. So talking about 1 centimetre. So giving that a little bit of an open. I'm going to stick that in the bottom there. I'm going to put a little bit more glue in because I can't see it in the bottom. And then the final tight curl for this one. And can you see, it doesn't matter that it's crumpled at the bottom from where we've clipped it. That bit's coming off. That's making the tight curl for the centre. Just bobs in there. And because I've just got big chunky hands, I'll get my scissors in to give it a bit of a position. There you go. So that's the medium size one made. I've just stuck it slightly to the scrap paper, but that's fine. Small, well, the largest flower now. So we've squashed that down just slightly, just so it sits flat on the desk. Same again with this one. Bit of glue in the bottom. So Tombow is absolutely fantastic. Stick it down. Press it down, give it a flat bottom, bit of glue in. And just have a look around and just position. I'm actually going to turn that slightly to give it a bit of a different shape. There, holding it down. Creative. Cut a little bit more off with the bigger shape, with the bigger petal sizes if you want, so it sits a little bit more deeper in the flower. A blob of glue in. So be quite generous with your glue. It dries clear, and we don't want your project to come unstuck. We want it to stick. Last one. In a good bit off the end there. Chop a little bit more off, I want it nestled in. Plenty of glue in there already, so I'm just going to bob that in there and get my scissors in. You see there, brilliant. There. So can you see? There's 3 flowers made from the Stampin' Up Big Die. So just to show you how simple it is. So any papers, any designer series papers or cardstock, you can make lovely flowers. Thank you for joining me.